I'm so tired, I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to stop. So I just want to say I'm super excited to actually be bringing a video inside this greenhouse on this little surface. I've been dying to do this. Over here is a beauty. Oh my goodness. Like, look at this bad boy. I know, you don't like the camera in your face. What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tanks bringing it to you on a Sunday, baby. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're gonna bring you an update on the greenhouse. We're also gonna talk about an old school plant fertilization rule that we've been using for a long time, but I've just seen it breaking down. We're gonna break that down for you out in 2.0. But it's Sunday, it's Species Sunday. Gotta show you some more fun plant growth that we have going on, as well as all of the mini projects in Greenhouse 2.0. But first, here's a little woo-woo from Dusty. Can I be real with you folks? Get a little woo-woo with you. I'm tired. I don't want to keep working on the greenhouse. I don't even really want to talk about it. I'm sick of it. It's been going on for too long. I'm sick of it. My wife's sick of it. My kids are sick of it. You're probably sick of it. But you know what? I signed up for this project, and this is where I'm at right now. I'm in a race. It's not really a race, it's my own timetable, but it's like being in a race. It's like the end of the race, the final like 25% of the race. And I'm dragging right now. You wanna hear how real it is for me and how beat up I am from this greenhouse? I love fish tanks, I love koi. I think there was 2 events this past weekend involving them close by to me. Well, this past weekend was Memorial Day weekend. Shout out to anybody who's ever served the amazing armed forces. And rest in peace any of those who have died for our great country. That being said, Memorial Day weekend, Louisville, about 60 miles away from here, hosted not only the annual Louisville Memorial Day Koi Show, which I loved like crazy, but also the American Libraries Association was in Louisville last weekend. Guess what? I was so tired, so demotivated, I didn't go to either. I just hung out, I just kicked it, okay? I'm tired, and the energy is very low right now. There are limited reserves, but guess what? You gotta pay the cost to be the boss. No one's gonna make these decisions for me. I gotta step up to the plate, and I've got to finish what I have started. So we're gonna roll to the greenhouse. But I just wanted to let you all know, Dusty's tired of the greenhouse. I'm so tired, I don't wanna do it.
What are you doing, dude? Sleeping on camera? Being tired, being weak? You signed up for this. Get dressed up, get showered, get going. Get the greenhouse done, dude. Let's go.
So now we're waiting on Mother Nature to cooperate with us. It's pouring right now. It was beautiful earlier, but now it's raining. The seasons are back, but so be it. Glad we didn't pour today. Meanwhile, we do have some stuff going on inside of the greenhouse that I'm super excited to show you all as well. So I tried to show you this the other day, but it was raining. It's still raining. I got this beautiful parking lot about to happen, but it's not gonna happen. By the way, I was told by the guy I bought this property from, he said, you're not gonna find a better person to do concrete in around 100 miles. So I'm super stoked. My man, Mark Hemingway Concrete. Guy's the man, did this floor here, did the piers, did a nice job. I love the way everything's going. Everything is happening slowly. This is the man who makes the videos beautiful right here. Made my life so much easier. His name is Andrew, by the way. You should follow him, you should check him out. He is a ninja. He's been helping me out on Sundays loading the videos for y'all so I can spend more time with my family. This is Ryan. His beautiful feet on the ground here, getting packages out. This is the drywall, it's been going down. I hate drywall dust, I absolutely hate it. This is the $750 drywall dust covered reverse backflow preventer. This is the wonderful inline gas water heater, so my electric bill is not a bajillion degrees. Behind there is going an awesome voice over IP, I think it's a voice over IP phone system from the company I used to work for. This is getting all trimmed in by my man Aaron from Detroit.
There's a ladder my intern Chance is afraid to go up on. There's a bathroom that's been drywall. He is, dude. You can see him trying to get up. I love busting that kid's chops. Yeah, he was scared to death of a ladder. I'm like, come on, dude. Yeah, in here is gonna go all the electronic equipment. In here's Dusty. Spend the most money, get the smallest office. You all know how that goes. But I gotta show you some plants I have been hoarding like near to my soul since April. Dear to my soul since April, I've been hoarding some plants. I also bought this table at a garage sale. So I'm about to show you some Bucephalandra. But the whole thing is slowly coming together. My feng shui is slowly coming back. You want Sag? How about a Sag factory? Let's show you some Buce. Okay, so I am absolutely ecstatic to be sharing my secret stash of Bucephalandra, named after Bucephalus, the horse of the great Alexander the Great. Most famous horse in antiquity, had cities named after him. You don't name a plant Bucephalandra unless it is an absolutely cool plant. This is that plant. I've had most of this Buce since April. I'm in a greenhouse. I am planning on growing and cultivating my own Buce at some point. This stuff has been with me for quite a while, and I want to show you what a little bit of patience will reward you with when it comes to Bucephalandra. If I could have my lovely cameraman come in close, I want to show some of this stuff going on here. Now, generally when you get Bucephalandra, it comes in and it looks like this or whatever. But when you give it time and you give it some patience and you give it some love, and around here we give it natural daylight, you get the good stuff, man. You get these reddish leaves. So this is the future look of this plant. Buce, particularly more than other plants, gives you like exceptional color with time and patience. You can see it on this plant right here. These all have made up names or where they're from, so I'm not going to get into naming them. We sell Buce combos where we just kind of pick things of those. We actually have that on sale as well, but you can see I got a red leaf coming off here. Completely different variety. Same situation here. We've got the Dustin's Fish Tanks towel, and then we've got, if you look here, I think this is called like a brownie. I could be wrong. But you can see how it's got the green leaves, but then it's slowly coming in with the brownish leaves on top. Just Buce just does this. This is one example of that. This darker stuff gets real fancy. You can see the leaf color right here like this. You know, the stuff that's kind of beat up, whatever, kind of straggly. But then you look closer and you've got the nice dark reddish color. You've got the nice dark new growth coming in underwater grown with the crystals, with the sparkles. So Bucephalandra, super easy. It's generally considered a slower grower. We're growing it pretty quickly in here, but we have obviously above average conditions. We like high calcium content in the water. We use a lot of the growth juice obviously with this, and it seems to be working quite well for us. So I want to show you all today a couple more examples of the varieties of it. This is another example here. You can see the ratty stuff, but you can see we've got the reddish center. This is my own stash too. Like I have a secret hoarding of it. There's another example of how it came in and slowly grew in darker. And then over here is a beauty. Oh my goodness. Like look at this bad boy right here. New growth coming in with the red, with the color. So super excited about the way that Buce is coming along in Greenhouse 2.0. But my thing with Buce is that you just make happy little Buce trees. This is a Sin to San, I believe is what it's called. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you all how to put together a little bit of a Bucephalandra tree. Now it starts with good wood. This is some of the manzanita driftwood that I've got, and I'm going to show you all how I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to roll with this type of Buce right here. And we sell it in the combos again because the combos are just easier on us. You get 5 leaves or whatever of various types, but I'll leave that there. And what we do is I have all the wire pre-cut like so. And this is regular old wire like you would get in electronics, like if you buy like speakers or keyboards and stuff like that. And then what you do with Buce, what's fun about it is you can spread it out a little bit, and you rely on future growth. So you know that it's going to come out more in the future. So you plant sparsely. You could take like the whole thing and shove it on there and it's good, but you're kind of not utilizing the plant as well as you should. So this is a small portion here. This is just one little lump. Now look, I'm growing this in a greenhouse. This stuff gets daily water changes, growth juice, the whole deal. So my growth rates are not going to be the same as your growth rates. However, if you're a beginner, Bucephalandra is for you. you cichlid people, the folks that have the fish that eat the plants, you could tie this stuff down with the wire that I'm about to show you here. But I'm going to show you how I break it. I want to get a real tight shot of this because you break it along where it naturally looks like it's supposed to be broken here. So I just pull this and that breaks off. I pull this and that breaks off. Goes like that. Leave a little bit of rhizome out. Kind of spread it out like so. Take a piece like this and we're going to thread this down in here. I like to make it kind of go along with the flow of the stick here or whatever. And you know, you don't really notice the wire as much. Some people glue it. I'm not a glue guy. I like to feel the wire. So that's how I'm going to do it. And you don't really notice it that much anyway, and you can trim off the excess. And I could do this all day long. I like to do this in odd numbers. And Buce likes to be pulled apart. It likes to be spread out, pulled wider. And there we are. So that's a drop in place, you know, little piece of Buce tree. So then of course, you know, we can trim off this little stuff here. Scissors are not the best. Trim off the little pieces that stick around here. Jeff, there you go. I could go in an aquarium right there, and I've got plenty more to show you. The Buce stash. So I just want to say I'm super excited to actually be bringing a video inside this greenhouse on this little surface. I've been dying to do this, but I want to talk about something that I've always mentioned when it comes to aquarium plant fertilization, okay? Plants need to eat. Plants eat at their roots. They absorb 400 to 400 times more nutrients through their roots than through their stems and leaves. But I want to even take a step back from that and bring it to you all and explain something. Folks, I was a history major. I love Germans. I love plants. This is a fun little nugget that I pulled out of the Aquatic Gardeners Association Facebook group, wonderful organization that they are. And it goes like this. We always talk, and I always mention, do not chase elements. Do not have a look at your plant and say, oh, it's got holes, it must be deficient in potassium, or oh, it's not as red as it should be, it must be deficient in iron, okay? We don't want to chase elements. And there's actually some scientific data behind that, and it goes like this. Throwing it back on a Sunday for you all to Justus von Liebig, 1803 to 1873, German scientist, talking about the essential elements for plant growth, talking about the law of minimum. I'm going to read this straight off to you. Justus von Liebig's law of minimum states that yield is proportional to the amount of the most limiting nutrient, whichever nutrient it may be. From this, it may be inferred that the deficient nutrient is supplied. Yields may be improved to the point that some other nutrient is needed in greater quantity than the soil can provide. The law of minimum would apply to that nutrient in return. Okay, let me break this down in a plant way. Let's say you have really great lights, your tank's banging, but you're just not getting the reds that you want. So you start adding, 5 milliliters of iron all the time, but you're still not getting red. Well, what you're doing is you're adding one element, but then eventually that element's gonna get to a maxed out level, and then you're gonna need to figure out what the other elements are, which is why I always recommend water changes and or a multi-fert. Obviously, we have our best-selling, hot-selling growth juice that we use, which is a multi-fert. But at the end of the day, you need to understand that it's a holistic thing. Let me break this down like a human, okay? Let's just say you're like dying to lose weight, but you refuse to eat any vegetables, right? You only eat meat. I'm making that example up. You would have a limiting factor because you're not getting enough of what the vegetables provide to you. Let me get woo-woo with you. Let's say you're really trying to get in shape, but you happen to just be a heavy smoker. Like you just can't quit smoking. Smoking is your limiting factor. Let's say you come home angry because your greenhouse isn't quite completed the way you are and you're a little bit rough on your family. The greenhouse would be your limiting factor. I ask you this, folks, what is the limiting factor in your aquariums? Don't chase elements. Figure out as a holistic approach of how you're going to handle the fertilization of your aquarium, and then figure out when you look at yourself in the mirror, what is the limiting factor in your life? Everybody make it an awesome week. Hit the subscribe button and tank on.